The scene is set in the streets of Brooklyn, on one of the many alleys in this overpopulated hive of humanity. Down the darkened streetlights, graffitied buildings and broken glass that cracks underfoot. The sound of a bone cracking echoes across the thin alleys and trash-strewn sidewalks of Brooklyn. The residents turn their heads. It is not anyone's trouble to get involved in this nightly activity of violence and crime. Chris Hanash stands over the body of a young punk, his shirt grabbed in his hands, his fist clenched, blood dripping down from his knuckles as he delivers another swift punch to his temple.
Oh!
Tell me who your boss is.
Oh, man! He's gonna kill me if I tell you! As he coughs up blood.
There are worse things than death in this world.
He looks up to you. There's definitely fear in his eyes. Come on, man. I can't tell you that. Just don't hit me.
He lifts him up with his supernatural strength, presses him against the wall, face to face. Bloodied and bruised, he looks in, sneering.
The punk trying to contain his fear. As he looks into these eyes, and these eyes do not look how they're supposed to look. There's something animalistic in them, something primal, something he should be afraid of. Okay. Just he holds up his hands as best as he can, trying to cover half of his face and his body. All right. Just I tell you what I know. Just don't hit me again, man.
Who's your boss? Where are they?
They're in a warehouse down 3 blocks away. Down the road, you have to turn left. I can't miss it. Come on, you can't tell anyone I sent you, please.
How many guys?
Usually like 4 or 5 guards. Depends if wares are coming in or not.
Chris is gonna roll a quick self-control.
Oh my god, they're gonna eat me!
He's not hungry, but there is blood around. He pauses for a second, his conscious mind struggling against the beast within, as it whispers, "He'll betray you, like they all betray you." Fangs descend, and he tears out the boy's throat, guzzling deep into his well, as the pulse flows through onto his neck, down his gullet, feeling the slow decline of his heart beat until he goes limp. He licks the wound close, and the beast recoils. Well, that was the quickest humanity loss I've ever seen.
Bum, bum, bum. Foreshadowing, I would say. Your beast calls to you. This was justified. This had to be done. The boy was going to tell on you. Couldn't be safe.
He was a nothing. Another stain. Another milk carton. No one will miss. He starts to wipe up the scene, using a rag to get rid of any markings or loose hairs that might tie him. His police training coming in hand. He's just going to do a quick perception alertness. 2 successes. So he gets most of the evidence. He'll take a forensics team, but he doubts anyone's going to really care about another dead punk on the street. And he heads off to his stolen car. Hops in. Gets a quick change of shirt. Something a little less bloody. Pulls out his service weapon. Tucks it within his loose jeans and heads to this warehouse.
It doesn't take you for long. Maybe 10, maybe 15 minutes at most. You see the people outside. Not much left, but those that are definitely have sinister plans in mind, and who else would be on the streets if not prey or predators? You come to the address that was given to you. It seems to be some sort of storehouse. The kind of stuff people can rent to store their old furniture and what they don't want to see anymore in their houses. It looks quite abandoned, but as you sit in your car for a moment, you actually see a flashlight and someone coming out of an alley, making his rounds, checking, and then returning to wherever he came from.
What's the surrounding area look like around this warehouse? Is it fenced off, or is it just a few alleys?
It's no, the main gate is not easily approachable from the street. The backs, although fenced off, or at least it seems. And there are 2 alleys on each side leading deeper into this maggot town of the city.
Okay. Well, I don't want to tangle with many guards if I don't have to. I'll just raise the alarm. So I'm going to try and stealth round the side just where this guy's walked from, hoping that the rotation isn't quick.
Okay.
I take it there's like a chain fence?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to try and tear a hole in the chain fence.
Ooh, go ahead.
Just strength?
Yeah, pure strength.
Okay. Spend a blood point. Potence. What's DC? I'm on 9 blood.
Well, it's not 2, it's just a DC 6, I would say.
Okay. Okay, that's 3 successes.
Alright. Your supernatural strength allows you to ripe a pretty good hole in that fence. It goes click, 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 as the joints rip apart, and you make a big enough hole to enter. The guard you've seen before, you can see him far in the back, looking at some dumpsters, or making his round around them at least. He hasn't seen you yet.
And nor will he. Okay. Have I torn it to pieces, or can it be like sort of bent back to?
It's no, you haven't torn it to pieces. You've made a hole, but you can kind of cover it up again, so you can use it as an entrance as well.
Trying to muffle the sound as much as possible, he'll bend it back into place. Keep a mental note of where it is in case he has to hightail it. And trying to the at least to a wall or away from sight from this guard.
Alright, what presents itself to you is something of a backyard. You see in front of you, well, not in front, but about 20 meters away, a couple of big dumpsters with the guard taking a piss at the moment. To your right is a wall, probably the next building. And to your left is the warehouse itself with a back entrance with a little staircase up to it.
Okay, this guard, is he armed?
Hard to see from the distance, really, in the dark.
Alright. He's pretty far away from me, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty far away.
But he's at the back entrance.
Well, he's not quite there. He's kind of round the corner, answering the call of nature at the moment. You can hear the dripping sounds of it, and you can see the flashlight and the light kind of pointing downwards.
Okay. Let's try and sneak up and incapacitate this guy quietly.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Dex stealth.
Big stealth. Let's put into stealth. 1 second. Streetwise, stealth 2. 6 dice. Whoa! That's a botch.
Oh my! Slowly, carefully, you approach the man like a predator, but somehow this nasty can just made it on your way, and you step on it, and it goes. And he's like, "What? Who's that?" And he turns around, and spots you with his flashlight. The fuck are you? Get the fuck out of here! This is private property.
Okay.
And you can see him reaching to the back of his pants for something.
Okay, I think I'm gonna crack on an Eyes of the Serpent.
Yeah, do you need to roll for that, actually?
I think it's only supernaturals that get that resist. So, down to you.
No, you don't need to roll for it.
Okay. His eyes turn a pitch black with reptilian slits. Like that of a snake, he catches his gaze, making him immobile. Chris will saunter up to the guy, take his weapon from unresisting hands.
He just looks at you, dazzled, unable to do anything, really. You're the most interesting thing in the world right now.
And then I think it'll be then he'll, with a quick punch, will knock the guy out, if possible.
Yeah, no roll required.
Okay.
The guy just boom goes to the ground.
Okay, he'll drag him around the corner. Has the guy got anything on him?
You're looking for something specific?
Not especially. I mean, if he's got some spare cash, I'll have that. But
Yeah, he has a wallet with about $200 in it, a driver's license, a photo of a pretty good-looking girl and a little boy. You find some car keys, and actually multiple keys.
I'll take the keys. You never know. Chris will look at the photos for a good long while, and look at the guy, feeling glad that he didn't give in to his primal urge just to snap his neck then and there. Peel off the $200, but put like 20 back in the wallet. Fold up the photo and give him back his wallet, and then slip into the warehouse.
All right. The door is not locked. As you enter, there is something of a hallway to the left and to the right of you. Many gates concealing whatever has been stored there. And then when you go down the hallway, you find yourself at a crossing. Way to your left and way to your right.
I will attempt to listen.
Mm-hmm.
Activity going on.
All right. That you can make me a perception alertness roll for that.
Yeah, no problems. 3 or so, gonk. Only 1 success.
You don't know what you hear, but you hear something to the left of you.
Okay, we'll go to the right then.
Okay. As you walk down the hallway, it doesn't really take you long to that you're stopped by a door. non-descriptive, really. Doesn't say anything.
Is it one that looks like it's heading on the outside, like a fire escape, or is it like an officey door?
No, it's just a normal wooden door.
Okay. I will listen against the door.
You hear chatting behind it. You hear two voices, distinctly male, talking.
Shit. Okay, well, there's no point going in there with two people. I have no idea who they are. So we'll head back, and this time to the left.
Okay. You again are stopped by pretty much the same wooden door.
Okay, listen into the door.
For that, please make me a perception alertness roll.
Yeah, no worries. That looks better. I do have perception, especially.
What is it?
It's keen sight.
Yeah, let's just say it applies because I think it's cool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, Jesus. You can hear the busy wrapping of paper and plastic. You can hear the stiff chattering, or actually just chatter, people chatting with each other with a lowered voice. You can hear footsteps right in front of the door, being louder and getting more silent, becoming louder, getting more silent. And you can hear TV in the background as well. Something about soccer.
Alright. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of guys in there.
Yeah, when you from the chit chat, you can hear. You estimate probably a dozen people.
Dozen people? Jesus. Right, those two guys seem a lot better right now.
Okay. Heading back.
Yeah, well, what's in these boxes, by the way? On these,
I don't know. Try and check them out.
well.
All right. I saw these roll down steel doors. I don't know what they're called. The ones you can basically roll up and roll down.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them have locks in front of them. Just one is can be opened.
Okay.
All right, and if you do that, you'll find a mostly empty storage room, but some pallets there, and you can see on the floor the dust that they have recently been moved into here, and some empty boxes, just paper boxes with well, it says there were chocolate bars inside.
Chocolate bars. Remove some of the chocolate bars to see if there's anything underneath them.
Not really, but what you do see is that there are not enough chocolate bars in there to fill that box by and large. It's about a dozen chocolate bars, and could be a couple of hundred maybe in them.
Okay, so you're saying that underneath the chocolate bars is going to be something else?
No, but there's nothing.
Oh, there's nothing. Okay. Right. Taking the pallet. The door with all the dozen people, did that open out towards me or in towards the room?
Out towards you.
Out towards me. Well, in that case, I'm going to take some of these boxes and pallets and start making a sort of makeshift barricade.
All right, yeah.
In case I'm disturbed. Don't want other people coming in behind me.
Yeah, no problem for your supernatural strength to do that quite quickly, actually.
Alright. Then head towards this other door.
Mm-hmm. That also opens towards you, by the way.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is, in this corridor, is there any way to like sort of scoot into like where one of the boxes are, so you're not directly on the path?
Yeah, there is.
Cool.
You can hide behind like a easy.
So if I on the door and then scoot underneath the shelves and activate obfuscate 1.
Definitely possible.
That's what I'll do.
Okay.
Do I have to roll for obfuscate 1?
Oh hell no, it's okay.
No.
You hear? What the fuck was that? Hey Mike, would you check that out? Sure. And you can hear footsteps coming closer. The door being opened. Huh. No one here. Well, that's weird. Go check it out. Alright, I guess. And you can hear the door closing behind him. The footsteps coming closer. A very cheap aftershave. It's almost disgusting. It's insulting to your good smell.
Ugh.
As there's this relatively big guy in just a shirt, some a gold chain around his neck, but obviously belted with a 9mm in his hand, just going right past you as he looks down the corridor.
I see. What was I going to ask? Is the door closed? Did he close
The door. You heard the door go click.
Excellent. Right. I will stealth out of my little cubby hole and smack this guy about the head.
All right. That would be Dex plus Strength. No, Dex plus Brawl, but you get +2 because you had taken from behind.
Okay, so next brawl. Did I only have a brawl or did I have 2? I got 1 brawl. And then 2 for Katonk. 2 successes hit.
All right.
And then that'll be 1 plus my strength. So 5 plus that. Ugh. Ow! He says.
The guy's like, "What the fuck, Mike? Why would you do that?" And he turns around, like, "Who the fuck are you?" And he starts pointing the gun at you and tries to shoot you.
As he should.
Oh, he's gonna get killed if he doesn't.
Do you want initiative, or do you say he's just gonna? I wasn't expecting him to be able to take the blow.
Oh yeah, we should roll for initiative probably. Yeah, sorry.
That's alright. So 4 plus 3. Oh, 4 plus 2.
Oh wow, you go first.
Yeah, I got it. I got 16. I will Eyes of the Serpent because this is an amazing ability.
It is indeed. The guy was very threatening, pointing that gun at you. All of a sudden, goes, as he looks into your eyes, in these beautiful, beautiful eyes.
I'll take his gun, put it to the side, and then gently put my hands around his neck and crush his trachea until he passes out.
Yeah, no roll needed for that. He does struggle a bit as you do so, and your eye contact kind of breaks for a moment, as would be natural. But you almost squeeze the life out of him, but not quite.
Okay.
As he goes down unconscious.
I
He's
will.
quite heavy. And he's
I will drag him towards the place for the chocolate bars, which I found before.
Mm-hmm. As you drag this guy along, you can hear, "Hey, what's taking you so long, man?" And you can hear footsteps.
Okay. Have I got him to the
Coming closer.
to the chocolate bar room yet?
Yeah, you're stupidly strong, yes.
Okay. I will activate Obfuscate 1 again and listen, just to see if I can tell when the footsteps, if he's going to be walking towards me or away from me, and when's the best moment to strike.
The other guy, the footsteps stop for a moment. What the fuck, man? Where are you? It's kind of creepy, you know? And then you hear them coming closer and closer, as before. And this other guy, looking pretty much the same, or very similar, walking past by you with the gun in his hand. What the fuck, Mike? Where are you?
Okay, second verse, same with the first. I'm going to see if I can knock this guy out. I know I can just Eyes of the Adder him, but I am going to knock someone out, motherfucker.
Yeah, same roll as before. You get again +2 as you are striking from behind.
Quick Hadouken. Hadouken! Oh my word!
No!
Okay.
Oh, you whiffed past him.
Alright. Well, it's not a fumble, but it's certainly a miss.
It's certainly a miss, and the guy turns around. What the hell? And again, points his gun at you and trying to shoot you. And let's roll for initiative again.
Okay. What do we know from this, children? I got 9.
And I got a 5. Actually 6, but you go first anyway.
Okay. This is Deja Vu, Eyes of the Serpent. If it ain't broke.
The guy again becomes butter in your hands. He just go,
Once again, methodically press down on his windpipe until he falls down.
No problem.
Chris mentally thinks, eyes first, take out later. I haven't had a decent fight in a while.
Not with those rolls, you do.
Not with those rolls, no. So, pile on top in front of his mate. Search this guy. Has he got anything good?
Well, he has his gun with him. He has a pretty nice phone, pretty recent iPhone. Again, a wallet with $50 in it. Not much.
Okay.
Pack of cigarettes.
I'll take the fags and I'll take the phone. Take the gun. Take the gun, but obviously I'm going to hide it because I can't carry all these guns on me. I'll just throw it into a random box.
Okay. Alright.
You never know. Take that SIM out, it'll be fine. Actually, I'll take the SIM out and then give him the SIM because Chris knows it's dickish to take the SIM card. It's got all his contacts on it.
But you keep the phone, right?
Yeah, keep the phone.
Alright. Okay. Easily done.
Okay, now back towards the room. Hopefully, that's your lot of thugs. So we'll listen in at the door.
The one with the 2 guys came out?
The other guys came out, yeah.
Yeah. It's silent.
Excellent. I will open the door and have a little look-see.
What you see is kind of the looks a bit like a loading area. There's a truck inside, and another garage door leading out, probably to the street. And that's about it. But to your right, you see a staircase going up, like a second level.
What are they loading up? Chocolate bars?
Yep. There's another box of chocolate bars standing next to the truck.
I'm going to open up one of these chocolate bars. Like the package. Chocolate?
Alright. You open up the box, and as soon as you take away one of the chocolate bars, you see other packages below, wrapped around a lot of plastic.
Chris sighs a bit with relief. He hasn't been duped and has accidentally raided a chocolate bar factory. At least it means he's in the right place. Cool. Let's stealth up the stairs then.
Okay. As you go up, you pretty much have the same blueprint as the lower level. The T-styled hallways with the rooms to either side. This one seemed to be more office rooms though. Pretty big ones actually.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's it. And if you walk down there, you can access the room from above that, well, which you've been denied before. Though there's again a wooden door in front of it.
Let's see. So I can look down into the room like I couldn't get in before.
Sorry, what? Could you repeat that?
You're saying that I can look down into the room.
You can look down because there's sort of a glass front
Okay.
where you can look down. And okay, you look down. What you see is a lot of people busy packaging cocaine into little tiny packages. They
Okay.
are mostly women, barely dressed, as they kind of methodically, almost industrial-esque, package the drugs. You see two guys armed, patrolling around, another guy watching TV on a chair, drinking coffee. And in the very back, there's a chair and the desk, pretty big one, and the guy doing paperwork.
Hmm. Okay. Does that guy look a little odd? Like if I roll a perception empathy, is he?
He
So
doesn't look like a goon, what you've seen before. He looks a lot more like like an accountant. Bit meager, not a lot of muscles on him, hairline already retrieving. Kind of a cheap suit that doesn't really fit all that well.
he's not pale or anything like that, or like
Um,
not breathing, or I suppose I
doesn't
can
look
see from that distance.
doesn't look too pale, no. But at this point, you can make me a perception alertness roll if you have it.
I do. Oh, that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for this guy. Difficulty 7.
Oh, for me to hear him, or
For you to hear or see, whatever.
oh, in that case, it's only 2.
Alright. Okay. Got 2 as well. You have sort of a weird feeling, something cold running down your spine, as if you have the feeling that you're being watched, but you can't quite put your finger on it, as those guys down there clearly not aware of you.
All right, look around on this level. Is there anyone around? Start to my back
You
against the wall.
you see the office rooms to your right hand when you look down to the room, kind of darkened up, big glass front. You can see kind of the desk and shelves of books and whatever behind it, but it's hard to see inside without making switching on the light.
Okay. I will carefully, gun drawn, open the door and slip inside this darkened room, tasting the air.
Oh yeah, do taste the air, please.
I will taste the air.
Give me a perception alertness thing on that, because
I will do. Ah, now
not the best dice rolls I've ever seen in my life.
no. It seems fine to me.
It actually smells a bit like paper.
Hmm. Okay, I'll slip into the room.
You
And,
successfully do so.
I shall move around. It's best to have a look, see what they have on offer here. And if I suppose I fail my perception rolls, I'll so I'm pretty certain there's no one around. I will have a look at some of this paperwork, see if I can
Okay.
turn a light on, read what the paperwork's about.
You can turn on the there's like a little office lamp on the desk, like a desk lamp.
Click.
Click. You go through some of the papers on the desk. Most of it is just bills of electricity and water and clients complaining about that their storage hasn't been freed up yet and that kind of la-di-la-di-da-da-da-da. There aren't really a lot of names. Someone has been very carefully to not mention a lot of names, only those necessary. And as you go through there, something odd comes up though.
Hmm.
Deliveries that come in, but that are not to be found on the storage list. Quite a lot, actually.
Say where these deliveries are from, or where they go to.
They come from, let's say, Boston.
Hmm. What's the frequency of them coming in and coming out?
A couple of weeks, not to the day, but seems like every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks about. It's a truck, always a truck, one full load. And give me another perception awareness roll, please.
Awareness or alertness?
Let's go with awareness, actually.
Awareness.
Yep.
There's some supernatural shit going on here. I have no awareness, so it's what's the penalty if you don't have
A +1. No, it's a talent, right? No penalty. Difficulty still 6 though, because it's
Well, hey! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
wow. Something catches your eye. In the corner of your eye, you see something move. Or you're pretty sure you see something move right next to, right next to the big kind of gummy tree, rubber tree standing in the corner.
Oh,
And as you turn your head, there's a man standing there, leaning against the wall, smiling. What do you think you're doing, mate? Okay, I'm gonna describe this guy for a moment.
okay.
He is, well, you would think he's in his mid-30s. He looks a bit, well, what you would call seasoned. There's already some gray in his hair, but he looks like he takes a lot of care. His has no beard, is clean shaven. His suit looks rather nice, actually, really nice and expensive. And his eyes are just of the freakishest green. Like, I haven't really seen that before. Like, really bright.
Well, Chris can probably tell that green eyes is a bad sign. And so he's going to empty a clip into him.
Alright, you want to roll for initiative?
I will indeed.
Okay. Let's roll it.
That will be a 10 for me.
And I got a 12.
So he sees me pulling my gun.
Alright. He says, oh, no, please don't do that, as he's gonna use Presence 3 on you.
Oh, shit.
And let's
What's the DC?
Your current willpower.
Oh, right. My willpower rate, 4.
Alright. Alright, let's roll the dice. Let me check for a moment, not that I'm gonna do anything stupid. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
This man is all of a sudden you are in love with this man for, well, the book says a year, but we're gonna turn it down a bit.
Well, I'm going to roll a perception awareness roll. See if I know something's happening. I doubt I'll do it. 1 success. Not enough against your 6 to care.
The man just gives you the most charming smile you've ever seen, as kind of your vision just goes tunnel and focuses on him as he's radiating almost golden colors. No, don't do that, please.
The gun lowers, and Chris can't help but have a goofy smile on his face, and his eyes start to glaze over a little. I'm just here to find someone.
Really? Oh, how interesting. I'm here looking for someone too. Who are you looking for? Out of character, the guy has the enchanting voice merit, so he also sounds really sexy.
Well, I was told that from my maker that there was a group of us here that had some like amazing power, and I thought, like, you know, if I got in here, stole some stuff, that I might be able to even the score.
From your maker? Really? What would you think you could find here? Except chocolate bars, I mean.
Well, I don't know. I'm sort of new to all this. He says, smiling. They're putting his gun down, actually, like hopping up onto the seat. He'll pull out a smoke. It's like they're just chatting in a bar rather than in the middle of somewhere he's broken into.
The man walks up to you gracefully, almost a bit feminine, and sits on the desk. Really, that is so interesting. Tell me more. Who's that maker of yours?
Oh, there's a bitch called Savina down in Baltimore. Ruined my life.
Oh, why would she do that to you?
I don't know. Like, she says stuff about all kinds of crap that I didn't quite understand. Prison of the world, loopy shit. Because I said I was going away. I couldn't be with her anymore. I was going to be a father, and she freaked out. Next thing I know, I'm not breathing, and everything just went to shit.
Oh, not breathing. Oh, well, that's a sad story to hear. Tell me, what's your name? And while he does that, he's going to use aura perception on you. Oh, Jesus Christ. You do not want to see the rolls. Alright. I don't need to put a willpower on this. That's 10 dice. 1, 2, 3 successes. Actually, 4, because he has a specialty. So, 4 successes. He definitely knows you're a vampire at this point.
Mm-hmm. And his emotional state is he's very much relaxed and in love, but there's a sort of inner turmoil to him as well, like some sort of inner part of him that's saying that this is wrong. But that's very tiny compared to the sways of beautiful colours of calm washed blue.
That's exactly what he wants to see. You know, Chris. Your name is Chris, right?
Yeah.
Chris. That's a pretty name. You know, Chris, you're no longer among the living, right?
Yeah, I've kind of figured out as much.
Oh, that's not the end of the world, really. Comes quite a few benefits with it. You've probably already noticed that while you made your way in here. So, do you like what you are, Chris?
I haven't really thought about it. It's just something that's happened.
Something that's happened. Well, I believe there's a purpose to everything. Everything happens for a reason. And I think you are here for a reason as well. Come, let me show you something. And he kind of hops up from the desk. Come.
He dumbly, like a marionette, follows.
Oh, you won't need that gun. Just put it on the desk.
He does so.
And he kind of takes you to the room, where the drugs are packed in, and opens the door. Kind of leads you the staircase down. You see, what we're doing here, we're providing people with what they want. They might even not know they want it, but they want it. Even you want it. Well, maybe not to use it, but you want it. Say hello to Chris. He tells to one of the girls packing. She kind of just looks up confused. Hi.
He raises a hand. Look, I know it's a profitable business. I mean, it was part of my work, Used to take down operations like this.
Oh, you were in the police?
Yeah, I was in narcotics for 3 years.
Oh, didn't really make a lot of money there, do you?
No, but the pension's good.
How about I give you a job where you can make a lot more money and you don't need to worry about the pension?
I know, money's never really been that much of a concern, but you seem like a good guy. What would I be doing?
Oh, And he kind of puts an arm around you and leaves you out of the room as he kind of stops in front of the door that is barred. What the hell? Did you do something to my door, Chris?
Yeah, I barricaded it.
Oh, smart boy. Well, let's take the stairs then. And he leads you up the stairs again. Well, Chris, that really depends on what you can do for me. You know, I know what you are, but I don't really know who you are. Who are you, Chris?
What do you want to know? He says, actually wanting to just do nothing but please this complete stranger.
And he takes obvious joy in the fact that you're just some willing doll. Well, why don't you tell me about what your blood is?
My blood?
What clan do you hail from, Chris?
Oh, well, Savina never sort of said anything about clan, but this wolf in the park said I was Setite.
And he has a big fucking grin on his face. Is that so? The wolf in the park told you you're a Sedite.
Yeah, he was pretty pissed about it too.
Oh, I imagine those savages, you know. Can't really trust them, can't really reason with them. You should stay away from them, Chris.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Big dicks.
Well, see, I told you I don't really believe in random events, right? Everything happens for a reason. By any chance, I'm a follower of Set as well. Doesn't that make you happy, Chris?
That makes me. Oh, that's amazing. I never thought. I've only met like one other of us, and she was a bitch. I just assumed that they were all like that.
No, Chris. And he kind of pats you on the cheek. We're not. We're a big family. Well, there are black sheeps in every family, but you will find them very generous. I'm not like the others. She wants to exploit you, but I can give you purpose. Must be so confusing in this world so alone now.
It is confusing. There's just so much shit I didn't think was around, like werewolves, Camarilla, princes. Like, how do you keep up with it all? How does anyone not know?
Well, we have put up quite the effort to keep people in the dark. You ever read that book, Dracula? Oh, did us a huge favor.
I've seen the film with Gary Oldman.
Oh yeah, that was lovely. Well, anyway, you know, there's a purpose to what we do, what our clan does. We have a great benefactor, Set. You want to remember that name well, boy. He's your creator. He's our benefactor, he's our God. He made us. Everything comes from Set and everything will become Set eventually. But you know what they did to him? To this great lord that gave us life? They killed him. Yes, they killed him. But we can't let that stand, can we? We have to bring him back.
Who killed him?
His brother killed him.
That's so sad.
It is sad, isn't it? And he loved his brother so dearly. And he repaid his trust and his love by ripping him apart and murdering him in cold blood just because he was jealous. Because Set was loved by everyone. He brought peace, prosperity. He gave people what they needed most, his love. Now we gotta do the same. We gotta bring people our love to please Set and to bring him back. Do you understand that?
Well, that sounds good. But how do you even start?
Well, lucky for you, for thousands of years we've been doing that. For thousands of years we're doing nothing but look for Set to bring him back, but our own means. Well, for you, my good friend, I think what you can do for us is you can start selling some of those chocolate bars. Resurrecting a god is expensive work. You understand that?
Yeah, I imagine so.
Oh, quite so. And, well, fire needs fuel. Sad story it is, but we can't really do respectable business anymore, being what we are. I mean, you can't be a cop anymore, can you?
I suppose not.
No, they won't let you in anymore. They will not accept you anymore. You're now alone. Well, and he smiles. Not anymore. You got me now.
Really?
Yeah, I'll take care of you, of course. You're my brother. After all, we all serve the same God. Where do you sleep, Chris?
Kind of don't at the moment. Here and there.
No. You can't just sleep on the streets, Chris. You're better than them now. You're no longer some human or homeless that has to feed off the scrapes of what society leaves for them. You're a follower of Set now, which means you will have to dress you accordingly and get you somewhere to live. How would you like to live with me for a while?
Oh, that'd be great. I didn't expect so much generosity. Brother, like, I'll pay you back, like...
No. No need to. You can pay me back in being loyal. You can pay me back in not betraying my trust. But you wouldn't do that, would you?
No, of course not. You're my brother.
I know. Well, but there's still something we need to take care of.
What's that?
You did break into my storage room.
He hangs his head, like, ashamed. Yeah, I did.
We need to... Well, I'm pretty sad, but we need to punish you for that. But not yet. Tonight we celebrate. And with that, he will kind of take Chris by the hand, just put his arm around his shoulder, and will lead him somewhere secret, somewhere other eyes are not allowed to be. In fact, it's going to be a temple. If you're okay with it, we would cut for a moment to that temple and kind of forego the travel to it.
Mm-hmm.
And we find ourselves in what looks like an Egyptian temple, but it's underground. There are no natural lights here. Everything is done by a bit of fire here and there. There a torch, there a little fireplace, some electric light from the ceiling. Everything looks ancient, hewn into stone, with a obelisk coming from the ground. How do you like it? Is very magnificent, opulent, even decadent. The smell of incense is strong, of paper, of blood.
I can see why Savina was so afraid of this place. It just radiates power.
It is. It's where we give our God what he needs. Your sire was a nothing. You don't need to fear her anymore. In fact, you should fear nothing. For you are divine. You have to understand that, Chris. Other vampires, they will tell you that they are descendant of some ridiculous Geo-Christian myth. Something about Cain and Abel. That's a lie. You are descendant of Set, a god who walked the earth as a mortal once. Or posed as a mortal, some would say. That's what makes you better, that's what makes you stronger. Never forget that.
Yeah, the ones I've met so far, they seemed just as confused as I was. War between different factions.
Yes, they have their petty wars. But that does not need concern us unless they threaten our very existence or our purpose. We can get by with both of them. They are easily distracted by shiny things. Just like mortals are. Easily distracted. And while he talks, he kind of gets out some chains Would you do me a favor and put your back to that obelisk?
Chris complies, still wide-eyed, looking around the obelisk, trying to decipher the writings and the statues telling the various depictions of Set in his various masks and forms.
As Chris wonders, if you have any occult, you might roll it if you want to.
He does, actually. He's not particularly great at it, but he's picked up a little bit here and there. Ooh, 2 successes.
Ooh! You can decipher from one of the obelisks. While you can't read the hieroglyphs, kinda can make up a story. Something about a falcon hunting near a great river, hunting for crocodiles. And as he does, he gets bitten, torn apart, and dragged into the water to be forgotten forever, for he lurks within the water. And as Chris looks at these weird tales of forgotten times, his arms are chained behind the obelisk, again and again and again. His body is chained up to the obelisk. He can barely breathe as his neck gets strangled behind it. Don't straggle, it will be over in a moment. And the man who introduced himself as Phil Thatcher gets out a whip. I'm sorry that I have to do this, but you have to learn that you cannot see where you have not been invited to. You understand that, Chris. You've been a man of law and order. We have our laws. We have our order. And with that, the whip just comes cracking down on Chris as he tears into his flesh on his ribcage. And you can see the forked tongue leaving Phil's mouth as it licks over his lips and takes in just the smell of Vitae.
The crack of the whip slaps something deep within Chris, a memory of being chained to a opulent silk bed, barbed whips going across his chest and back, Savina straddling atop him, saying it was all for his own good, that she was for him. She was trying to save him. With that, the sudden realization that he has just put himself in chains. His present mind coddles him and doesn't feel the fear or the anger that the beast roils inside him. Never again. He chokes it down, but the eyes begin to turn more bestial, the fangs descend, and he struggles against the chains, snapping and snarling.
That beast of yours is still very strong, Chris. You cannot listen to its voice. It's not your friend. It opposes Set, and therefore it opposes you. And another slash of the whip comes cracking down, cutting into the flesh.
He will struggle against the chains, probably futile in, say, like DC8.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Despite his great strength, the metal strains and bends slightly, but then has no purchase, nothing to grip himself against. He struggles against the pain, feeling the Vitae drip down from his chest.
Phil steps closer and kind of puts his finger on the wound. Draws the line of the whip on it. This will serve you quite well. Don't worry, the wounds will heal. We'll just remember the pain. And he gives you a kiss on the cheek. Turns around and just whips you again. Are you already learning, Chris? Ah. Growling and hissing. Chris, what have you learned, Chris? And he whips you again.
The pain is to teach me.
Good. Good. And he whips you again. What have you learned, Chris?
Not to disobey you.
Good. And he whips you again. Who is it you pay homage to, Chris?
Set.
Glorious Set, Chris. Glorious Set. And he puts the whip away as he takes his head in his hand. Glorious Set, Chris. Our Savior, our Father. It is not me who taught you a lesson. It is Set himself speaking through his humble servants. And he puts his forehead against yours. I hope you're not angry with me.
You just had to do what you had to do.
I'm glad we understand ourselves, Chris. Very glad. So when I will remove these chains, I hope you will remember what you learned today.
Of course, brother.
Good. And with that, he will turn around and leave you, chained, your face fixed to stare at the stone image of Great Set as he looks down on you in contempt. And I think here we can end the scene.